strategy. Let's talk about strategy. You didn't expect that to be happening, right? Actually, I want to talk about something underneath the strategy. Underneath the strategy, there is always a deeper layer functioning. And it's very beautiful that a person told me lately, consciousness comes before strategy. I was like, oh, this is so true. And let me give you an example. You know, often when business owners or when new-found business owners, they start their journey as self-employed, they want to take their first steps, and they're really discovering how they're actually going to create a journey for the customer, right? What is it that you're going to offer? What is it that you're going to charge? What is it that you can help the people with, right? So they get the results that you're actually looking forward to create an impact in, change their lives with. So it's a battlefield out there of all the companies, big, small, all the people, honest, dishonest, with specific strategies for your strategy in order to help you on the journey, right? You can say it doesn't come always with the same integrity of really helping you moving forward. It can also be just like, okay, let's do this. Let's tell this to these people, and let's see that we can have our income, and then they have to figure it out on themselves a bit later on, right? There's not particularly the framework or the setup or the concept is not fully executed for you to receive your results or really maintain till the results are there. So that example of sales, probably you've experienced that as well if you were thinking of being self-employed or you have been on this journey. See, what I mean with consciousness underneath the strategy is more important. If it literally comes down to what you believe. You may think that you need to acquire a specific strategy in order for you to acquire a specific result in your business. Meaning that, okay, if I have this strategy, then the results will show up. It can be a funnel, it can be whatever the thing is, a specific journey that you think is going to bring you results. Now, the beliefs, the limiting beliefs, the feelings that are underneath your operating system. Like, what do you think? What do you feel? Your self-identity, your self-concept, your self-image will always be more dominant than any strategy you will ever follow. Unless for 3 or 5%, right? Because the subconscious mind is responsible for 96, 97% of everything you experience. Meaning that if you have a lot of fear of not being enough, or you think you don't know enough, or you think you need a specific degree, or you have been listening to other people who tell you their own limitations and you picked up on the advice and not really knowing, okay, is this coming with pure intentions or is this coming from their own limitations? Is this just a protection mechanism of the other that they would have for themselves if they were in my situation? What is the narrative that is lying underneath the reason, the ideas, the plan behind the strategy? And I'm talking here about the psychological plan. Because I really want you to go there. I really want you to take the time and to listen. Ask yourself, first, have you been listening more to other people's advice than your own intuition? If you say, I don't know, and I really have to make a decision, good. Imagine that you would have all the money in the world. So money is not an issue. Would you make specific choices that you are making right now, or that you're about to make right now, based upon the money? Because in that case, your driver will be the money instead of what you actually want, what you actually need, what you actually deeply desiring and longing for. And I want you to have that awareness, have that stillness within yourself, and have that honesty to say, okay, if that is my deeper driver, my deeper drive underneath it, then it's not coming from an empowered state, it is coming from a state of lack. See, growth will only happen if you come from a state where there's expansion. There's always a higher expression of self, there's always a higher expression of business, there's always a higher expression of you, relationships, concept, change, expansion, love, impact, all of that. If you don't believe yet in what you're doing, work on your belief. If you lack clarity on what it is that way you want to make impact, go and get that clarity. If you feel like you're not worthy, or you're not good enough, or you're just doing this because somebody told me, go and look deeper. Be honest with yourself and give yourself that grace to really listen to what it is that's actually going on. Because the consciousness underneath will actually assure you if the strategy you choose will be working or not. So it is about what end result do you have in mind? Is that clear? What self-concept do you operate from? What is the state of operation? Do you do things from hustle and struggle, or do you do things from expansion? Do you really believe in the cause? Do you really believe in what it is that you think you are? Or that it is that you, the role that you're playing, all of that. Because when I can explain from, or when I can share from my own experience,